I have this reindeer cutout that I found at the Dollar Tree in the Christmas section. They had a lot of nice cutouts this year. Now, if you can't find that exact cutout, you can also find these at some of the dollar stores like Just a Buck, and it has the grid in the shape of the reindeer, and this will work for the project as well. I'm going to start by removing the antlers from the head. They will come off, maybe not in one piece, but a majority of it will stay in its full piece. I have these Canadian pine stems. I get them from Hobby Lobby. They come 20 in a pack for $2.99, and then you get the additional 40% off of the Christmas decor. So these are very inexpensive. And I'm going to wrap the head starting at the top with the Canadian pine stems. So I lined the top of the head with one of the Canadian pine stems, and then I'm going to go and wrap the ears. You can use some hot glue to hold it down in place, but I'm also just bending it so that it holds nicely as well on the edges. And I did this to both of the ears. And you can cut the pine stems with some metal shears. They do have a small little wire in them that helps make them bend but also hold nicely. Once I had that section done, I just cut pieces to go across the face area, and I'm cutting them so that I have just enough to bend around the back, and I'm gluing them down as I go as well. And then on the top portion, I just cut them to the size I needed to fit. And this is what we have when the face is fully covered with the Canadian pine stems. I'm then going to go to the antlers, and I have a nice sized jute. You don't want something too small or too thick. And I'm going to wrap both of the antlers with the jute. And as I wrapped, I kind of just figured out what direction to go in. I wanted the jute all to kind of flow nicely. You may have to stop and cut off a piece and then restart a section as you finish the different points on the antler. But I'm basically just wrapping the jute around the antler and holding any of the end pieces with hot glue. And I did that to both of the antlers. Now I'm going to reattach the antlers back onto the head. I'm going to use some hot glue. It was a little heavier than expected, so I also added a couple staples from my handheld stapler that I got right from Lowe's for $20. I have these nice little mini picks of pine needles, cranberries, and small pine cones, and I had 2 here, so I'm just going to add those to the top of the reindeer's head. And I'm holding everything in place with hot glue. I have these split circle beads. They're already pre-painted. I get mine off of Amazon, and they are a 15 millimeter, and I glued those for the eyes, and then I have a small little bell for the nose. Now you can go bigger and use a Christmas tree ornament. And then just to add the hanger, I took a piece of string, and I'm going to staple that on the back of the antlers and then just tie a little knot. And there you go. Now this was just a very easy, inexpensive way to upcycle this reindeer cutout. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Paint products, tissue paper, transfers, and mesh stencils can all be found on our webpage at chalkitupfancy.com. And don't forget, you can also check out other tutorials on our webpage as well. Have a great day.